Hi, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Eddie here. We are from the FAST Academy. Thank you very much for taking the time off this precious Sunday to attend our webinar today with the topic of innovative adipose-derived stem cell, SVF isolation techniques, mechanical mSVF by adenizer, and enzymatic eSVF by automated ACS system. We are very thankful to Mr. Peter Jung, the International Vice President from BSL, the technology provider. And Mr. Peter Jung is a good friend, and he has a vast experience in this field of therapy, SVF, for many years. Okay. So with that, now ado to do his lecture. You can share your screen, Mr. Jung.
Okay, can you see everybody? For the topic is the screen now.
Yes, we can see, Mr. Jung.
Okay, let me start right now. Hey everybody, thank you so much for your time. It's Sunday. Actually, I'm in Korea. At this time, it's 8 p.m. in Singapore and South Asia, about 7 something, and maybe other participants in internationally. I really appreciate your time. I have worked for the fat and stem cell thing for almost 20 over years now. So, from my experience for the 20 years, I'm going to introduce the word stem cell thing from mostly fat from enzymatic way and mechanical way. So, let me quickly start. Everyone knows about the fat tissue is very good sources of extracellular matrix and stromal vascular fraction, extracellular vesicle, exosome. All of these things are regenerative some things. So I think you can see it's pictures, but adipocyte, there is a lot of stromal vascular fraction, extracellular matrix, and exosome. These days it's very hot, this exosome in the wall. Okay, so adipose tissue, mostly the adipose tissue, a lot of source of stem cell, extracellular matrix, and exosome, growth factor, cytokine, a lot of lesion factors in there. But to separate the stem cell until mostly uh, company and doctors has used the enzymatic way of cell separation using the collagenase. But there is these days very hot on other things. There is some regulation issue by the FDA. So we are trying to find a good way for a mechanical way, non-enzymatic method. So either way, you can separate stromal fractions. As you can see in the pictures, there is a stem cell, epithelial stem cell, monocyte, and ADSC, and a lot of different things. All of these things we call the SVF. Not just SVF, there's a lot of growth factors, and all these things work as a regenerative use. Simply, everybody sometimes confused about already. Many of you knows about that. Adipose-derived stem cell through stromal vascular fraction is not MSS only, but comparing the cultural stem cell, as you simply see the adipocyte, there is a SVF, there is a pericyte and pre-adipocyte and all of these things. But when it growing and culturing the stem cell, there is only grow the mesenchymal stem cell only. So when culture stem cell, one single line of cell, but SPF heterogeneous cell population. So they work together, angiogenesis, regeneration, and cell differentiation, a lot of things. They works, SPF works like anti-inflammation, and anti-fibrotic. All of these things work quite nice lesion purposes clinically. And then first, I'm introducing the automatic cell separation system for enzymatic way. We create automated stem cell station ACS. The Pro and SE model is Korean version, there is another one in the United States using the system, a different brand name, is Time Machine 3.0 in CSN, cell cycle narrow. Mostly we have the FDA, Korean FDA, US FDA, and C certification, and only one in the world, I think, for the SVF isolation device in China FDA approved. We have 20 over, but this automatic system using the 40-minute collagenase cell digestion, then 20-minute automatic cell processing using the automatic cell processing disposal unit. Actually, in the US, there is a surgical network. Is the 150 over clinics is joined there. They have 150K clinical databases. Actually, we joined IFAT, International Fat Stem Cell Meeting in Marseille in 2019. We have a good result comparing the another competitor in the US, the Cytory system. Okay. Actually, we initially started from manual system for SVF, enzymatic SVF isolations, but there is many issue like non-consistent, sometimes human errors. There's a lot of technical differences. So we make it automated way. So 20-minute after cell fat digestion, we can separate 20-minute automatic way. The result is consistent, cell numbers, cell viability, very close and sterile and very simplified way. So that is the system. We have the C and FDA and China FDA and Korean FDA. Okay, let me show the short videos for the processing. This is the accessory, just passing that one for the time issue. So very simple, the like this one for the okay. Then let me show the next videos first. For this disposable kit is very small and closed. Is we have 510K US, and you can see there is two containers inside. One side for digest fat tissue, the other side using the 3-time washing the normal cell line, 150 cc. Then is after digestion, everything is automatically weighed. Okay. Just showing this one. Put the other side with 150 washing solution, normal cell line for 3-time washing. Every time the 50 cc washing and another 50 cc, another 50 cc. Then we make it digestion in the incubator, the GMP grade collagenase with mixed with fat, and it fully digests like this one. Then okay. Then we put the digest fat tissue on the other side, about 50 cc. Then, okay, I go to the next videos. So we placing our HS machine for the two containers, and then or the just in case is one containers, one kit counterbalance for the dummy, and then we close the system. Then 20 minutes later, as you can see, all the waste material come outside of containers. In the blue pot here, the stem cell is collected in already recovered there. Just drawing like this one. Open the drain. Every wasting material come outside the container. The inside of in the middle, there is a 10 cc of stem cells, vascular fraction is collected there. You just drawing like this one. So about 10 mL of SVF we are collected. And then we, for the IV routine injection, filtering with 100 microns. Now this guy is collecting more stem cell inside. There is a stem cell is attached in the wall side of the container for the cell recovery. Then collecting another 2 cc, we make it 10 cc of final product of SVF. That is enzymatic way. Okay. So actually, we have so many cell count for now maybe thousand over cases using the Luna stem, double fluorescent, where tripambu and DAPI and everything. It is very special cases, but actually, final product we have 10 ml of SVF, enzymatic SVF, but per ml we counted about 7 million. So multiply by 10, plus almost 70 million stem cells harvested from the what I mean is the 50 cc of digest fat tissue. Anyway, so this is our data in IFAT in 2019, Masayu, comparing with the our system and then Sci3 and Korean brand and manual system. We had a so good result by the time. Anyway, so SPF, adipose-derived stem cell, what I mean is the SPF can be applied a lot of different things, like coronary heart disease and peripheral disease and COPD and osteoarthritis. All of these things is work with SPF. Uh, Currently, the last November, I found the clinical trial data in. Yeah. There's any questions? Can you hear me? That is okay. Oh,
Yes.
anyway, yeah, yeah, okay. The using the enzymatic SPF and mechanical SPF in 24 in November, the clinical trials 149 in the data. The application is musculoskeletal conditions, wound healing, and urogenital disease, and cardiovascular, and etc. So it's not just the clinical trials. There are a lot of different applications available, like Crohn's disease, hair growth. Our system in the using the professional model is this one is using the time named as time machine in cell surgical network in the US. Then uh, fortunately, last year, the 2016, 2014, last year's, then June 27, Korean FDA said okay to using the care grade 2 and 3 knee patients for the intra-articular capital injection is okay. So we are working quite well. So we have the Korean brand versions of the special editions of the cheaper one. Anyway, so this is season data. So like mostly they are applying orthopedic, autoimmune, and neuro and orthotic. And then wellness and urologic cardiac conditions and ophthalmologists. And then some data, osteoarthritis, they have the data on database 150,000 cases of among them the knee osteoarthritis result and 83% improvement. And then like hip at the 80%, and shoulder pains like 69% improvement, and then more MS 70%, and the spine lumbar spine disorders is still good result. And then actually we tried in our Asia system in Israel, Dr. Gerson Jinger, they tried our Asia system, the cell processing and the cell data, the analysis, published the one, and then there is a applied with our enzymatic SPF for the autoimmune disease. In Korea, unlike the other countries, I said already that the last year, the June 27, we can using SPF for the knee osteoarthritis for KL grade in 23 is the formally okay. But one more good progress in Korea, like a new biotech act, like amendment to the Advanced Legion Biotech Act, formally enforced this February. So licensed advanced regenerative medical institute, ALMI, clinic or hospital, it doesn't matter. They can do stem cell therapy after government the approval. So, but not for the research, just for the the patient can pay formally in case it's licensed clinic or hospital. Uh, that is most enzymatic way, but I'm introducing the very more simple way. Still, there is a conflict FDA and SVF users in the US. Even though there's a FDA regulation in 2020, there is a such like a conference one FDA in federal court in California, but if they go to appeal circuit court, actually it was defeated by the FDA, so it's still on there. But regardless, in the US, more than 700 clinic or hospitals using the SPF for there's still regulation. But it is sometimes the bad for us as a company and manufacturer and the industry. So we try to find a easy and simple way, to mechanical way of cell separation system from the fat. But it's amazing because the mechanical SPF is not just stem cell itself. It is so good for autologous stem cell bio booster, biostimulators. So except for the IV route injection, actually mechanical way can cover all the regen process. It is very free from the FDA or regulations. So one good things already everybody knows about the adipose science. First of all, there's a lot heterogeneous cell population, stromal vascular fraction. Second thing is extracellular matrix is very nice. Some things for regeneration, and not just that one. There is another good factors like autologous exosome and microvesicles, and then cytokine and growth factor. All of these things in the fat, but when we using the collagenase digestion, we can only separate stromal vascular fraction instead of the harvesting the stromal clean stem cell only. But enzymatic way can waste away the like extracellular matrix, many growth factors and cytokines. So means not just for only for the IV route injection is good, but except for that, I prefer in mechanical way, but simple and easy and cheap and time less time consuming. Anyway, let me introduce this one. Uh, as I said, one good thing, enzymatic way, we discarding everything only except the SPF cell only, and it's good for diabetes. But when we choosing mechanical way of SPF isolation by the adeninizer as like less time and cheap, simple, very practical, relatively almost no FDA issue, mechanical processing, very minimal manipulation, but not recommended IV route injection, but a lot of regenerative application is available. And then all the good regen factors kept intake alive. That is very important thing for mechanical way. As you know, the CM the extracellular medicine is really good. It plays a pivotal role as a reservoirs of growth factor, a lot of different things. So there is a lot of good gene factor. It works like cell addition and cell-to-cell communication and differentiation. That's a very good factor for regen. But mechanically, kept that one. But uh, mechanically, by adeninizer, we don't need. It is not a fat transfer. It's a small fat stem cell containing stem cell bio booster, stem cell stimulator. We don't need many fat, just to 20 to 60 cc good enough. It doesn't take a long time to harvest the fat, maybe by the technicians 10 to 20 minutes. The processing time, even the 10 to 20 minutes is good enough. Then there is autologous and operation room, and on sterile office-based surgery technique, surgery room is still available. So it's very important thing. Last one, saying it again, then they all kept intake alive, not just stem cell itself, ECM, all the other regen factors like exosomes and growth factor and cytokine, everything is still remain alive and intact. That is very important thing. The adenine like looks like filter, but every corner of this filter and different size, there is a cutting edges. So fat passing through this one, is gently cutting and resizing without cell damages. That is a key. As you can simply seeing the processing the fat passing through the low through connector, one side the other, gently passing and resizing, homogenizing, something like that. And then one important thing, we have 7 different color coded adenizer by the size, like the 4,000 micron all the way 100 micron. But this one micropore numbers is like 22. One small one is with 2,000. So even the fat passing using the lure to connection, there is no cell damage. So we can see the uh, like the pressure test, there is sharing factors are very limited. So we can make it simple and easy. One good rationale why we are using adenizer, adenizing, cutting, and discarding. From my 20 over experience for the fat, obese persons or some diabetic patients, when harvest the fat, then we can, after centrifugation and same speed, we see a lot of oils there. That means their adipocyte is so big, hypermatured, near there, there's a lot of the pro-inflammatory factors. But we are using the adenizer, cutting the big hypermatured adipocyte, but healthy and young stem cells, everything still alive. So in this way, we can remove the pro-inflammatory cytokines. So that is one of the important factor for using the adenizer technique. Okay, so actually there is a tulip, or there is many names for the plastic surgery societies, microfat, nanofat, but it is not actually not nanofat because it's emulsified fat. We can see simply the when we're using the adenizer, we can have the very limited cell damage by a small sharing process. So when we see the different size of adenizer pathing all the way, then even the 200 micron, we can see the all the healthy and young adipocyte are alive because stem cell is still there. So, but nanofat and microfat, that techniques just passing 2.4 one hole, all the fat passing through 30 times shuffling. They are using the 1.2 one hole 30 times overpass shuffling. Then finally, they filtering the 0.7 and 0.5 for something. But in this way, all the fat passing through one hole and 30 passes, another 30 passes, then all the adipocyte, even healthy adipocyte or something, even some stem cell is damaged. So when nanofat and microfat comparing with this light-sided adenized fat, we are spinning at the same speed in what I mean centrifugation. Then the fat digest mostly oils. That means nanofat and microfat, like a traffic jam, all the fat passing through the one holes, 30, another 30, 2.4, and 1.2. All the adipocyte is larger than that. So more oils come out. But we are using the same speed, only on top, health hypermature adipocyte is ruptured. All the health adipocytes still there. So we quickly see the after spinning the nanofat and microfat comparing an adenizer micronized fat tissue is quite different. Paper says the blunt first generate during the emulsification by the tulip technique. What I'm saying, like a nanofat and microfat, can cause significant damage to the adipocyte and stem cell. But sharp cutting blade, laser blade, that means adenizer system, gentle method of fat processing. As cutting with sharp first doesn't drastically break down adipocyte, and product typically contain greater number of viable adipocyte, making suitable for the fat transportation, even for the fat. So we tried fact analysis, the flow cytometry, cell number. Even sometimes when we passing the fat 2.4, 1.2, and 0.6, zero point 0.4, 25 over passes sizing down, then simply patient thinks it may kill the stem cell, but actually not. A stem cell size was like 5 to 30 micron in between. We have so many micropores, a cutting blade edge, so passing through so many passes, but as I showed the staining, but 200 micron in cutting blade edge adenizer doesn't damage stem cells. All the stem cells is alive, and another good thing is the ECM and growth factor, everything is still there. We can simply know the how mechanical stem cell has a stemness. Is the Yushimura PRS published, Dr. Yushimura and Dr. Shura, 2013. We tried, the yellow graph is enzymatic, C mean the chemical, then mean collagenase digest ACS. The next one, blue one is the mechanical SVF. But you can see the culturing is quite well, and then the proliferation quite well, and then CD marker is the site quite good, comparing the collagenase digestion. Even the genetic expression is very nice. And then when differentiate this one, austere, chondrogenic, and adipogenic, then you can see the blue graph is a little bit better than enzymatic way. Then means mechanical stem cell processing using adenizer does make good sense, has a stemness. Okay, using the adenizer, we have so many different protocols available. First, simply we can do fat transfer, like fat resizing for the breast and butt and facial, hands, whatever, sexual. We can use the simple way of very nice fat. Every evenly resized homogeneous to transfer. But there is other protocol is available with Niger. The mechanical stem cell as stem cell biobooster, sizing down to 0.4, 1.2, and 0.6, 0.4, and then final one spin is good enough. We can separate mechanical SVF, stem cell biobooster. Second thing, we passing through so many passes over 51, then that we can cutting the all that side. So we deparenchymize it, but parenchymize and at the side. Then all the stem cell EV exosome is still there. So it can be used autologous the adipose exosome something. So another one, it is actually there is a lot of allogenic exosome in the market, but that is still cosmetic. Actually, it's not formally okay, but when we mixing allogenic exosome with a mechanical SVF, then exosome good legend factors, everything is autologization. This is our technical word, but actually that means allogenic exosome became the autologous when meet uh, autologous mechanical SVF. So that is another protocol. Do you say there is a lot of patients trying to using the PLP and PRF activation for their autologous PR blood-derived exosome something, but is adenizer can be used for that as well. So another protocols, the mechanical SVF using the adenizer can be collaborated allodome and cellular domices, even the fishy patchy something. So so long as the whatever patchy is medical grade, then be mixed together with mechanical SVF. It is a lot of good result. Yeah, first protocol is I am saying the mechanical SVF separation. We don't manufacture 26 or 56 is good enough, and using the special kit like four different adenizers, 2.4 and 1.2 and 0.6, 0.4, sizing down the 20 to 35 passes per each. Then one spinning, like 1200 RCF for 5 minutes. Then we can make it 4 layers of separation. So this is the kit, like four different size adenizer, and then there's piston, plunger, everything is in one kit. And then let me show the short videos for the powder processing. Small fat is good enough. The adenizer has a low to lure connection each both side. So passing 20 over passes for stem cell processing and resizing. Okay, it's very simple and easy. and put the piston at bottom and cap with the low cap, and then at the back we put the piston plunger. Then we make it just one spinning, just one. Okay, okay, just 1500 I shape for 5 minutes. Then it's separated like this one. So using the special plunger into smart piston and open the bottom, the cap, and using the dual lock connector and drawing from the bottom. This is a mechanical SVF. Just over the HM aggregate, there's a fine fat tissue. Okay, I can show the result. Mostly it's separated like this one. There's special piston. There's a fluid SVF. There is fine extracellular aggregate. There is a fine adipose tissue. One type is oil. Removing the oil, we can using the fine adipose tissue, extracellular matrix, and sternobascular fraction in fluid times. We can using the separately, together, or separately, except oil. So that's the difference. You can see this one we have big size, 2.4, 1.2, 0.6, and 0.4, and final product. After spinning, we bottom line, this mechanical SPF separate like this one. Okay. These days stem cell bio booster, something the Korean brand like Lijuan and a lot of things, but we don't need that one. So long as we are using the small fat mechanic processing, they can using autologous stem cell bio booster and autologous stem cell exosome. This can be using with the 32 gauge needle and MTS, Dermashine or laser, whatever, for the cosmetic facial rejuvenation. This is 32 gauge needles using the multiple needle injection with Dermashine. So it can be used like this one. We don't need to something like the artificial synthetic one, biosynthetic one, or hyaluronic is we simply using the autologous stem cell biobooster. We just processing with adenine. Okay. So this is we separate mechanic SVF with bottom ECM and SVF we mix there, and then we can filtering 200 microns. Then we can inject the hair regeneration like this one. Last July I was in Bangkok. The one doctor tried with mechanical SVF to hair. Then just 20 days. I don't know, but this patient I know, but actually the hair gray to change in gray, the black. And this can be used necro tissue, wound scar, something like that. And then there is when we are using the exosome, we have the good result with like this one. And it can be used autologous bio booster. You can see there is American doctors, practitioners, he tried with this one using the enzymatic. Yeah.
Mr. Chung, we can't hear the sound.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, we can't hear the sound, the video.
You cannot?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, so
yeah. You need to share the sound.
yeah. Maybe I can't handle that one here.
Yeah, we still can't hear the sound. You need to stop share and then share sound, and then you can share again the
I
video.
think that this one is the last one. I think we can
Okay, yeah,
keep going
that's
this
okay.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Another one is the autologization protocols, like using the deep parenchymal adipocyte is rupturing, and then we can multiple passing with adeninizer. Then we can allogenic GMP exosome. I recommend a GMP grade exosome mixing together. Then it is synergic effect with the the autologous HCM and GMP grade exosome and stromal cell can be used synergic ECM and stem cell in GMP exosome rich autologous biologics for the patient own. Okay. The concept is very simple. The GMP-grade exosome, we preparing with the micronized fan. We mixing the mechanical SVF with exosome. Then the lesion factor is doubled, and even the allogenic one from the allogenic exosome can be mixed with our depancrematized fat tissue. Then it's a very synergic result. Okay. Another one, the PRP. These days, a very hot topic is the platelet rich fibrin without anticoagulant. That is one thing. Just full blood and spinning, we adenizing, then it can be activate the stems, PRP and thrombin, and then in this way you can using the PRP derived or PRF derived autologous exosome instead of allogenic exosome, because the allogenic exosome still the great the regulatory positions is like cosmetic, so formally cannot. But if you're going to using this adenizer with whole blood or the PRP, we can processing, we can activate from the fibrin or and then platelet and make it activate a lot of make it autologous exosome from the blood. PRP and PRF, you can see the on top PRF, there is a lot of biomolecules and fibromatics and cell. This kind of thing we can multiple adenizing process, then we can spin or non-spin, not just discarding the RBC layer, we can mix like gel adenizing. This can be used as a lot of autologous blood drug nanoparticles like exosome. So we tried in Philadelphia lab in another countries, the university in Turkey. Then mostly we tried adenizer. We checked the nanoparticle, the 30 to 150 nanometers. It increased of 48 to 50%. So that means actually the baseline at 9.11, but actually 1.E and 12 is like in Korean. So many we can prepare particles. So another one is good important thing is like autologous fat using a fat tissue ECM matrix with adenizer can be mixed cellular dermis. It a lot of good result. We one clinic published paper over 35 patients and using the 100 micron and 600 micron and finally and 200 micron adenizer. They mixed with artificial dermis. But the result was amazing. Like this one, this very old patient has skin cancers, like, but take off all the thing, then adenize the fat, mixing with osteodermis, the result quite nice. And then another patient, like for even the 48, 83, all female patients has some skin cancer, take off and dermal patch, ocellular dermal patch with adenized fat was quite a nice result. And then another one is there's nose, there's skin cancer, we take off and then put the ocellular dermal patch and we put the adenized fat and then the result like this one. So the really is this is the exosome with mechanical SVF mixing. These patients the tried with CO2 laser with suspect facing. Then he tried exosome mixed with the pancrematized fat. Then they just quite nice like this one. Okay. There is something is microsystem microfed. My problem is not wrong. Then can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, it's recovering. Just a moment.
It's okay, Mr. Jung. Yep.
Yeah, I got one question here, Peter.
Okay.
In especially the ACS, SE, or using the enzymatic SVF, stromal vascular fraction.
Yep.
I think you clearly mentioned that that is for the IV purpose
Yep.
as against the mechanical SVF. As for IV purpose, right? What is
Mhm.
the safety like as the concern of any massive contamination from the SVF?
Yeah, actually, the is a good question, but these days they're very strict for the testing and CNFT approval. So before then we testing all the procedure and everything, and the cell there's any contamination. The kit itself, the but uh, our system enzymatic way, the kit is very sterile. The actually the 5 year stock validation. Actually, we have the 10 more years of experience with these techniques, but it's fully closed system. Never the fat tissue and everything never exposed the room temperature, room air and everything, regardless the level of the operation room, because the fat in the syringe we mix with collagenase in closed way, and closed way and sterile pad in incubator 37 Celsius degree for 40-minute digestion. Then through the same syringe we using the sterile kit, and everything is within the closed system in the kit. 20 minutes in passing, 3 times washing, and then all the patient fat tissue have never chance to be exposed to lumen air, very unlike the manual processing. So in this way, we can secure the its safety and possible contamination or any something. So that's actually we have the 10 more years of experience for that, but we have no issue for every time we validation of the stem cell thing, and then even though there are sometimes one concerns about enzymatic weight, some doctors concerns about calling it lamb, but actually, we are using the 3 time washing process, and then we tested how many the collagen is remnant after 3 time washing. We have the test report, but almost zero. So actually, it's very safe procedure.
In relate to that questions,
Mhm.
I think BSL are the pioneer in mechanical SVF, the cutting of the fat. Will cutting off the fat make
Mhm.
the digestion better and
Mhm.
you higher numbers of stromal vascular flexion?
There is some issue. The many doctors, even scientists, doesn't know about it. But we know, but because the cell counting there is in the market, there is a 3 commercial staining method of cell counter, like using the trypan blue. Second thing is the acridine orange and PI double percent dyes. Last one is the nucleometer, that P staining dyes. But these kind of stem cell counters only good for using the counting the clearly enzymatically separate stem cells only. But that is makes sense. But mechanical way of SPF separation is not so clean and clear, because even though we cutting 4 different size adenizer, 2.4 and 1.2 and 0.6, 0.4, every 25 or 30 passes, and finally one spinning and 1200 RCF for 5 minutes. Then we have the 4 layers. But stem cell, what I mean is SPF is not unlike the enzymatic way, not always the at the bottom. It is sometimes at the bottom fluid level, sequencing sometimes on top ECM level. There is a fine adipose tissue. There is stem cell is in between. So unlike even when counting with the commercial cell counters, the cell number is very inconsistent, and then cell sometimes biology is sometimes good, sometimes bad. It is not exact. But when we the final product with mechanical way, we digest, we collagen again. and then we separate stem cell like an enzymatic way, we see all the SVF still there. Second thing, cell viability 98 over percent alive. So after mechanical processing, we using the four layers, we digest again, we collagenase, then we see. So any commercial counter, cell counter is not a proper optimized to counting the cell mechanical way of separation method. So, but many doctors, many scientists confuse about because they don't know about that. So that is important. But regardless, cell counting in commercial one is good or bad, still all the stem cell alive, not stem cell itself, ECM and growth factor and everything still there. So don't worry about that. So that is the key point.
Okay. There's another question from the floor.
Mm,
In terms of economical,
mm,
because especially the enzymatic way, of course, the cost of the collagenase and the cost of
mm.
the single-use kit. So,
Yeah.
how much fat or can the kit to be reused
Mm.
under the same patient for the under the same procedure?
Yeah, actually, the enzymatic way, as you said, is not cheap. So, mostly Korea, patient pay about almost 10,000 US dollars after enzymatic SBS treatment. But so regardless, the cost of the enzyme is GMP grade is so expensive. The kit is expensive. But our automatic cell separation system, the disposal kit, ACPU, automatic cell separation processing unit, we call it. It can be used for the same patient size, same surgical session. We can using the 2 or 3 spinning. So in this way, it can be separate 30 sheets of SVF, enzymatic SVF. So the if the patient have the 50 cc fat, they can do one spin. They have 100 cc fat, they can do two spin. They have 130 or 150 cc of fat, they can strip spinning. In this way, they can because it's even though after using the one spinning, we discarding that one in the sterile or septic table, we put the digest fat again, one more spin, then we can another 10 cc. So in this way, we can covers whatever stem cells needed for the treatment.
Another question from the floor in regards to the mechanical separation. It seems like
Mm,
adenizer have various sizes to
yep.
cut the fat into a final, okay,
Mm.
and also the exosomes way. So am I right
Mhm.
to understand that each of the steps of the cutting will have a different protocol for different application, Mr. Jung?
Yeah, there is a strong, very good advantages of adenizer. If they know of the science, actually the technology of adenizer, we can applying so many different protocols. Until now in South Asia, mostly Thailand, something, many doctors are skeptical about the fat transfer because the result is not good and it more labors. The patient's not happy with that. But adenizer is mechanical way. It can be applied with autologous exosome. It can be applied with a cellular dermal patchy. It can be using the PRP and PRF. It can be used GMP grade other allogenic exosome. So so long as doctors have skill of small fat harvesting, they know the many different protocols. It can be used a lot of different their own protocols, their own treatment menu. Then patient can pay more because there is a stem cell, autologous stem cell biobooster treatment services. So they can make it their own protocol as well.
All right. Daphne, are there any more questions from the floor? Okay,
Yeah.
there is no other questions. I think right now, thank you very much, Mr. Jung, for the sharing. And
Okay.
dear participants, for your information, we
Mhm.
have the upcoming hands-on live surgery workshop in Bangkok. As you can see on the page, the how to say, we have three speakers. That is first is Dr. Chris Kim, focus on the facial regeneration. Dr. Yong Meng on hair regeneration, and also Dr. Jennifer Narvaez for the female genital regeneration. And also during this workshop, 3 days workshop, Mr. Peter Jung will be also participate, where you can see the technologies being demonstrated during this workshop. So if any of you are interested, you can scan on the QR code or simply register under www.fats.my. All right. So once again, thank you everybody for taking your precious Sunday night to join our webinar. And sincerely thank you, Mr. Jung from
Thank you so much, everyone.
BSL for sponsoring these sessions and also sharing his valuable knowledge in this field of regenerative medicine. So
Okay, thank you so much.
without further ado, thank you very much to the back end support, Miss Daphne Wong, Mr. Peter Jung, and sincerely thank you to all the participants for joining this webinar. And please keep note, there will be another session of webinar next Sunday, which we will feature Dr. Jennifer Narvaez, which is she will talk about the procedure female genital. All right. So with that, I will close this session. Thank you very much and good night, everybody.
Thanks
Thank
much.
you.
Bye.